Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, my YouTube family. Whenever you're watching this video, this is not going to be a very long video at all. Thank you to my subscribers. I appreciate you greatly. Thank you to my new subscribers. I thank you for joining my page. Welcome. Thank you for the ones who's coming in the future. I appreciate you as well, and I hope you find something enlightening, educational, entertaining, or enjoyable on my particular channel. Please do me a favor, like, subscribe, and please share, if you will, this video for me. I'm coming back because of the video I did yesterday, last night, I think, regarding this person that I heard, and this, um, I think I said the person was doing all this wailing and moaning, and it was like a demonic thing, or like a demonic spirit. And so I left it at that. And of course, I did get attacked for that. And the thing that's really amazing to me in this particular area of YouTube is that you can't really, in some instances, use what gifts or use what things you've been blessed with, so to speak, to help people, because the people really don't want help. The people rather wallow in the muck and the mire and the lies. And I'm not sure what that does for the individual who likes it or loves it or gets drawn to it. But when someone comes with a message of hope or help, with many of us, I'll say us, are dealing with situations in our personal lives outside of YouTube, it's like, to me, at some point you would want to have some kind of release or some type of freedom or deliverance from the things we're going through, or from the things you're going through in your life. But we don't go to that. Excuse me, my sinuses again. We don't gravitate to that, or we don't reach out for that. And like I said, the only time that we actually do that is that when trouble comes our way, then we want to cry out to God, and then we want to pray, and then we want people to pray for us, and fast and read scripts, do all this. But beforehand, God was not even an afterthought. And so I told you guys last night there was something wrong with this individual. I sensed it in my spirit, but I didn't know exactly what it was. So, and, I don't dox. I'm not looking up anybody's information, anything like that. But I knew in my spirit something wasn't right, and that's why I did the video immediately after I heard that wailing and moaning and screaming. And tonight, it was confirmed through Kwani on her video. I'm not going to give the information as far as his name. If you want to get all that, you can go watch Kwani's video. But however she got the information, I don't know. But in my case, I looked at it as a confirmation again of being able to hear the voice of God, being able to be obedient to the voice of God in spite of the backlash or in spite of the negatives. Because again, as I said, it's not about an AdSense check for me. It's not about a super chat or cash app. It's about, as I'm becoming into this particular sector of YouTube, I'm kind of understanding it. It's more about giving us the opportunity to heal, if not for a better word, or to release some of the things that have gotten us bound in our lives. But she, Jay Speaks, is that the person's name? I'm not sure, because like I said, I don't watch a lot of people. But I guess somebody doxed him. I don't know. But Kwani had the information. This person is a sex offender and a kidnapper, felonies. And she was reading a report, I guess. But he's got a record of kidnapping women and raping those women, and he's a registered sex offender. And let me say this: I was happy that what God was dealing with me with, it wasn't just me when I heard that cry, that moan, but it was actually God waking me up and alerting me something's not right. So I'm happy for that, because back in the days, 20, 30 years ago, when God used to deal with me a lot, he would always confirm that it was him that gave me this particular word or gave me a particular thought, or if I was supposed to watch out for something. It would always be confirmation behind it. That's why I say I don't want to be fake. I don't want to come out here and just say stuff to be saying it because it sounds good. But I want the true voice of God to speak to me, and I want to be able to hear that and discern that. So after she said that, I said, Lord, thank you, because again, you were right on time as far as the information, or as far as this unrest I felt in my spirit, and this disturbance I felt in my spirit, and the fact that you said this cry was not a normal cry, but it was a demonic cry. It only solidifies that I'm walking in your will, so to speak, or attempting to keep walking in your will despite the unpopularity of where you have me. Because I'm very unpopular in this beef sector, but that's okay. But um, it becomes frustrating when there's something inside of you to do, and I'm going to say ministry wise, and you have all these little roadblocks, and the roadblocks aren't the things that you would normally come up against in your regular walk or in your regular ministry, so to speak, because most of the time, my experience from years ago, when I was working in ministry, especially with the young people, because I've always worked with youth, it was as if they had a hunger and they wanted to know what was right, so to speak. And so they would come to me, and they came to me, number one, because they knew I wouldn't judge them. And number two, they could tell me anything they wanted to tell me. And it's almost as if they had like not a daddy figure, a big brother or uncle or something. And so I would always question, why, Lord, why these people, all these little young people come to me and ask me all these questions, and why do they gravitate to me? Because they actually gravitated to me back then. And I just came to realize these young kids or these children need somebody to talk to. Things they're going through and things they're experiencing, they don't feel comfortable speaking with their parents or something like that. Um, and that was a bad commentary for me, because it's like, but you need to tell your parents, tell your mom, tell your dad, tell them what's going on, or tell them what's really happening, because they're the ones who's really watching over your life and has your best interest at heart. And so don't allow things to happen to you or things to come against you, and you trying to bottle it up and keep it all inside because you don't want to tell your parents. Don't do that. So anyway, but they would always do that. So um, I'm just, I'm concerned, and then I'm not concerned, because my thing is, and my pastor and first lady, former pastor and first lady, always told me, it's almost as if I'm not a person that's gonna beat it and beat it and beat it into you. It's like I'm gonna give it to you, and then I'm gonna go on. Because when I first started and did that, it just frustrated me. People weren't getting it, or people weren't um, obeying, so to speak, what was being said. And it would frustrate the crap out of me, because it's like I'm up praying all night, fasting all night, weeks, days, fasting, praying, seeking, all this. And I'm going through all this, not for myself, so to speak, but to help others. And so, but anyway, as I said before, as a confirmation again, the enemy has infiltrated some of you here. I told you that. And if you had discernment, you no longer have that gift of spiritual discernment, because you're so caught up in the fight, and so caught up in being right, and so caught up in seeing somebody else go down, until you're missing what's really going on. And I really wish many of you would connect with your spirit, because we are a spirit. We're just holding this natural body. And we need to begin to connect spiritually with our creator, or with the universe. And we need to ask for that gift of discernment to open our eyes and open our hearts and open our minds and spirit and soul to what's really going on. Because I'm going to tell you, and I've seen it, once the enemy infiltrates you and get a hold of you, I'm not saying there's no hope or no help, but I'm saying it's a rough battle, especially if you want to come back or come out of it. It's really a rough battle, because the devil don't want to let you go. The enemy doesn't want to see you free or blessed or whatever. He wants to hold you in that grip until he can take you out. So I'm just came back to say thank God for that confirmation, you know, um, because somebody was attacking me in my in the comments. At this point, if it's something that refers to anything spiritual or God, like, if you come on here negative, I'm just gonna block the comment, because at this point I know now that it is God. It's not. I'm just not here to be here, because my thing was, I don't want to be here. In essence, I don't mind the people that I support and watch and all that. But as far as me being in the mix of it all, that was never my desire, and it isn't now. But I thank God that He confirmed, for whatever reason or for however long. That's why I'm here. I'm just one little voice, because there are many voices within this sector who's speaking these things. So when the enemy comes or when thing comes against you, you won't be unaware of those things, but you'll know those things are happening, or you'll be forewarned, or you'll be aware. Your spiritual antennas will be on, and so things won't just come to you and slip on you easily, and in essence overtake you, if that makes sense. So I just came back to tell you guys that God was right. God is never wrong. He's never gave me anything or spoke to me about anything or dealt with me about anything that was wrong as far as dealing with me. I'm gonna put it that way. And so again, and I was really thankful that I can still hear. I'm boggled. My mind is just wild because I can still discern His voice in spite of everything that's around me and going on around me in the world, whatever. I can still hear God's voice, and I still have a heart and a willingness to obey that voice, in spite of my flaws, in spite of my weaknesses and my doubts when it comes to certain areas of my faith. He's still speaking to me about certain things. And I pray that many of you, if me speaking to you, those who listen, it will spark something in you. I'm not saying change your life or anything. I'm just saying become spiritually aware of what's going on around you and what's going on within you. Because God is a spirit, and they that worship Him must worship Him in spirit and in truth. It has to come from your spirit, not just this, your spirit. That's the only way God connects with us, spiritually. So I just thank God for that confirmation. The person is demonic. I thought so. The person does have a demonic spirit. I thought so. The person has a record of being a rapist and a kidnapper. And it was just amazing to me once I went back and watched videos how everybody was, they couldn't address that. And I won't say address it like in a negative way. I'll come banging on him or badgering him. But no one can pick up on that spirit the way I did when he began to moan. Well, two other people did because they got in touch with me. But they couldn't pick up that something demonic was there and something wasn't right there. But they were so accepting and welcoming to that spirit. We wrestle not against flesh and blood. It's a spiritual warfare. It's a spiritual battle. And beef. I mean, yeah, the beefing is whatever, but be spiritually aware. Ask the universe, whoever, God, to wake you up spiritually, so you'll be prepared for when these things come or when something happens, that you can guard yourself and your spirit from those things that's happening. Because spirits are transferable, believe it or not. And if you look at it long enough, or you meditate on it long enough, it'll become a part of you. And then you'll wonder what happened. And that's what happened. The devil has many tricks and many ways of manipulating and infiltrating you. But if you're spiritually awake and spiritually, how would I say it, alive, he can't do it just like that. It takes some time to really penetrate you because you know who you are spiritually. So, again, thank you guys for supporting me. Thank you to my subscribers again. Thank you to my new subscribers, those that's coming. Do me a favor, please like the video for me. And if you would like, please share the video for me. But make sure that you wake up that part of you, which is truly what will keep you alive in this world, your spirit. Know that I love you, but God loves you so much more. You be blessed, okay? Bye-bye.